Tensions escalate in downtown Omaha tonight. Protesters clashed with police following last night's officer-involved shooting.
They murdered one of our community members. They put terror into our community. They need to be held accountable. They should not be protected, and their names need to be put in the papers today.
That was a demonstrator at the downtown police headquarters talking about the two officers involved in the shooting of a 35-year-old black man during a traffic stop. Good evening, MIS Signs. We'll get to the latest on the police shooting in a moment, but first, police are making arrests tonight and telling people to go home after protesters gathered downtown. 3 News Now reporter Ruda Sinaida kicks off our team coverage. She's live with the latest. Ruda?
Good evening, Maya. Things did start out pretty peaceful here in front of the central headquarters of the Omaha Police Department as protesters gathered to express their outrage over the death of Kenneth Jones. It soon did quickly escalate. So let's take it back and see exactly what happened. Demonstrators gathered in front of the precinct near 15th and Howard around 6 o'clock tonight. People expressed their outrage over the death of Kenneth Jones. They chanted things like "Say his name" and "Justice for Kenny." Demonstrators said their goal tonight was to hold the police department accountable and see the body camera footage that we now know was on and recording at the time of the shooting.
We are demanding that they release the video footage right away. Yesterday they should have released it. This morning they should have released it. And this afternoon, tonight, they need to release it. Tomorrow they need to release it. They need to release it ASAP. We cannot take their word for what happened. They're claiming transparency. We'll be transparent and show us the video footage.
It was about 2 hours in, however, when things escalated and arrests started being made. The anger was growing and the situation became confrontational. Officers announced through a loudspeaker that the gathering was, quote, unlawful and that chemical agents would be used if people didn't leave, although we did not see any chemical agents being used or pepper balls. Things stayed dramatic for about a half hour as the police presence grew. Then things slowly calmed back down. Now, again, this demonstrations here tonight were for Kenneth Jones, who died during that police stop yesterday. Things did escalate. Some arrests were made, but now it looks like most of the protesters have dispersed. Others are still sticking around here on the corners, expressing their frustrations and outrage. For now, reporting live in downtown Omaha, Ruda Sinaida, 3 News Now.
Now, as Ruda said, Kenneth Jones was shot and killed during a routine traffic stop in South Omaha Thursday night. The Omaha Police Department says it's thoroughly investigating what led to the shooting and providing updated information this evening. 3 News Now reporter Alyssa Curtis continues our team coverage.
A routine traffic stop resulted in tragedy Thursday evening after officers shot and killed 35-year-old black man Kenneth Jones. Jones was pulled over with 3 females in a vehicle near 27th and Harrison. According to Omaha police officials, officers yelled for the passengers to put their hands up as they approached the vehicle and noticed Jones moving around the back seat. The 3 female passengers complied, but Jones did not. An officer instructed Jones to open his window and put his hands out. He refused, and one police officer reportedly broke the window with his flashlight to open the door. Once again, Jones refused to comply, and one officer attempted to pull Jones out of the car. Things then escalated.
The party then exited the vehicle, and once he did, officers observed a weapon and announced the weapon, and a struggle ensued. During that struggle, one of the officers discharged his firearm, and the suspect was struck.
According to an OPD press release, one officer yelled, "He's digging," and repeatedly shouted, "Gun." One officer fired 4 shots and Jones fell to the floor. He was transferred to Nebraska Medicine where he later died. No one else in the incident was hurt. A loaded handgun was found on the ground under Jones. Both officers were wearing body cameras that were on and recording. The marked squad car also captured the beginning of the incident. The 2 officers involved are on paid administrative leave as the police department investigates. Their names have yet to be released. Mayor Stothert addressed the incident Friday morning.
Our numbers of officer-involved shootings are very, very low, and we want it to stay that way. And so when something like that happens, of course, we want to assure everybody that we will thoroughly investigate every bit of it, and we will make as much public so that the public will know what was going on as we possibly can.
The highly requested body cam footage is something the mayor says can't be released by OPD right now.
Was some body camera video. They will be reviewing that. It is not up to the police department to release body camera video if there's going to be a grand jury investigation, which there will be.
In Omaha, Alyssa Curtis, 3 News Now.